Hello everybody. Hello, Yasu, Kalimere, Tikanete. Is that Greek to you? Yep. What I said was good morning everybody. How are you? So that gives you a hint what this video is about. Another Greek language lesson. I would love to say back by popular demand. Well, it wasn't really all that popular, but there was about 5 or 6 people who asked me, please, could you do another video like that? And a lot of the others really enjoyed it. So that's what we're going to do today. Anyhow, let me introduce myself first. In case you don't know me, I'm Sherry, and I'm an American woman living on this Greek island with my Greek husband and my 4 Greek cats. As of this speaking, there's 4. I come here and I share my life and my introspect of a woman of a certain age living here, enjoying this life. Okay, so in case you missed the first video, you can go back in the list of videos and find the language video that I did. But I'm going to review anyhow. So we had 7 words in the first video. So let's just do a quick review. But you can find that video and listen to that also. We had Yasu, which is hello. Ya is sufficient. You can just use ya. We had Kalimera, which is good morning. We had Kalinikta, which is good night. We had Parakalo, which is please, also used as excuse me or to get someone's attention. We had Efharisto, which is thank you. Now both of those have that O on the end, which is emphasized, and that means myself. Efharisto, thank you, I thank you. Then we have ne, which is surprisingly yes, and ohi, which is no. So let's add to that. Okay, we had kalimera, kalinikta. Let's do kalispera. That's good afternoon. Now, Greeks, kalimera is usually used up until, maybe 1, 2 o'clock. After that, you get kalispera, which is good afternoon. Kalispera. Try it. Go ahead. Try it. Seriously. Try it. Okay. Next we have kalo vradi. Vradi is nighttime. And so if you're saying good night to someone, it's kalinikta. But if you're saying have a good night, it would be kalo vradi. You should have a good night. And the confusion of kali and kalo, it's the same word, but the feminine and the neutral, and we don't even want to go there. I will scare you off. So we have kalispera, good afternoon. Kalo vradi. Next we have something really kind of important to learn to say, especially as a tourist. But you don't have to be a tourist to learn something new. It can just be fun. Poso kani. Poso is how much. Kani is make. How much does it make? Or what does it cost? So, poso kani, poso kani. You can say poso kani afto, how much is that? But just pointing poso kani. And do realize that most everything that you're buying, especially in small tourist shops, the price is negotiable. And you would be considered a real amateur if you weren't haggling a little bit. And a hint, I learned a long time ago, and I have used this. It's the same thing in some Jewish-owned stores in New York. the first sale, closing that first sale of the day is extremely important. And the same thing goes in Greece, especially in areas like Plaka or the tourist areas. They really want to close that first sale. It's a matter of good luck. They don't want to lose that first customer. It's just an ethnos, a cultural thing. So if you want something specifically, you can go early in the morning, be that first customer, and haggle and get a good price on it. Okay, so now we had Kalispera, which is good afternoon, Kalovradi, good evening, Posokani. Now this one is really important for a tourist. And especially if you try to use like one of these words, Posokani, and the Greek person may come back with, αυτό κάνει, blah, 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 and they will speak very fast because they think you understand Greek. So the next thing you need to say is, whoa, then καταλαβαίνω, then is the negative, I don't. Then καταλαβαίνω, the O on the end, you're speaking of yourself. I don't understand. Then καταλαβαίνω, try that one. Then καταλαβαίνω, I don't understand. And I still use that a lot because Greek people can speak very quickly, and it's hard to follow, even for me after all of these years. It can be very hard to follow. Then you can follow with, well, let's do this first. You can say, this makes it a little harder, 3 words, then καταλαβαίνω ελληνικά. Now you might call it Greek, but the language and the country, it's Ελλάδα. It is not Greece, it is Ελλάδα. And the language is ελληνικά. Ελληνικά. So you can say, δεν καταλαβαίνω ελληνικά. Try that out here. Δεν καταλαβαίνω ελληνικά. And if you want to be really great, you can say, μιλάς αγγλικά. Now you don't have to say, do you? That means, do you speak English? Μιλάς αγγλικά. You don't have to say, do you? That's all included in μιλάς. The S on the end means you're talking to them. The O on the end, you're talking of yourself. So, μιλάς αγγλικά. And honestly, almost all Greeks speak a smattering, if not a lot, of English and many other languages. Greeks are masters of many languages because Greek is only, Ellenika, is only spoken in this very small area, or where you have Greek cultures around the world, like in America, there's but you know, I lived in Florida, and my husband and I, when we were visiting there, we went over to Tampa. I lived on the east coast of Florida, so Tampa is on the west coast, and it's a huge Greek community. But my husband was so shocked at how many Greeks did not know their own language. They didn't. Then milai Ellenika. But you know, a lot of that, I remember my grandfather and grandmother came from Czechoslovakia, and my grandfather had to work very, very hard. He came first. My grandmother was back in Czechoslovakia with 3 children. And he came first and worked to get money to buy a house and to bring them. So it was quite a few years before they came. And my grandfather was so proud to be an American. And in my house, you speak American, you speak American. And my poor grandmother, because he worked out, so he met a lot of people. My grandmother, they lived right in the middle of a Slovak area. So the women who didn't go out of that area, who didn't go out to work, didn't learn the language. My grandmother knew very little, but my grandfather was adamant that you would speak American. He didn't say English, he would say American. So he was adamant. So unfortunately, my father, who was the firstborn there in Cleveland, Ohio, didn't learn, except the bad words. Everybody learns the bad words. Which I have a funny story to share with you. After we married and came here to Greece, and my son came with us, he had just graduated high school. That's what I was waiting for him to graduate high school. And then my husband got called back to Florida for a very big job. And he took Tom, I went too. We stayed with my mom and dad. But it was in Miami, and actually I think the ship was cruising. When Tommy went on it, it was cruising. So he went as a helper, and he worked really, really hard because he didn't want anybody saying, oh, Tom got the job because he's, Vasily's stepson. But he's good work ethic, my family. So he was working really, really hard. And Vasilis came to his cabin to talk to him and, how are things going? He said, oh, great, and Vasilis, well, we're really happy with all the work you do. You're really a hard worker. And Tom said, but I got a question. Are all these guys related? And Vasilis, what do you mean? Are they all from the same family? And Vasilis said, no, they're all Greeks. And Tom said, yeah, but I hear them all calling each other by the same name. Now, any of you who speak Greek know exactly what I'm going to say. This guy is named Malaka. This guy is named Malaka. That guy. Okay, that's a really bad word in Greece. It kind of means a jerk off, but in a very crude way. It took Vasily no time to tell all of the other men, and from that day forward, they all greeted my son as Mr. Alaka. So that's our words for today. Kalispera, good afternoon. Kalovradi, posokani, then Catalaveno Ellenica, Milas Anglica, and that's it. And you can go back and practice as many times as you like. And I know Sarah will be putting the words below, plus on the screen. We should give a little applause for Sarah. Sarah does a wonderful job. Without her, I would have no channel because I couldn't do all this. She doesn't just do the editing, she's also my director. So, ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ και καλή σας μέρα. Ciao.